quiet of night, I whispered my plea, holding her close, hoping for her decree.
When the sand sings, you turn left. The old tree used to be a roof. Now it's a sign.
You're listening to Ancient Echoes, ancient stones, modern stories, warm welcomes. I'm Sam Nang Bradley. In today's episode, Oral Maps, how songs, riddles, and elders' memories chart Cambodia's rivers and fields, guiding travel, farming, and memory. We'll listen closely to river guides, farmers, and elders, and we'll learn practical ways to honor and support this knowledge.
A quick note before we begin. The voices and stories you hear were recorded with consent. We worked with local translators and community liaisons. Full translations, translation notes, and source citations are in the show notes.
First, what do we mean by an oral map? Think less like a paper map, more like a living set of directions. Songs that name a sandbar, proverbs that mark a safe ford in high water, a childhood memory that points to where the soil runs deep enough for a second rice crop. These are practical tools, weathered, repeated, and shared across generations.
Scholars call these folk maps or vernacular cartographies. They combine place names, seasonal cues, plant knowledge, and social rules. Who may cross a grove? Which route is avoided during harvest? Where fishermen anchor at dusk? We'll point to specific sources in the notes, but you can think of oral maps as both instruction manual and memory bank.
Let's go to the river. I met Chandara on a morning when the Mekong lay like pewter, and the light made every ripple a silver road. He piloted a small boat and sang to the river the way some people check the weather. Here's an extended clip. Listen for place names woven like beads through a song.
When I was a boy, my grandfather taught me, hear the sand, hear the sand. He would hum a tune, backcrom, backcrom, and point, there the current hides a tooth. We call some places by what they do, not by their stones. The song remembers where the current eats the bank and where the fish sleep. If you lose the tune, you lose the way.
Chan's words point to something practical. Melodic memory helps boatmen keep complex knowledge in mind. Currents, submerged sandbars, seasonal channels that vanish in dry months and reappear after the monsoon. Those songs are taught on the water, on long nights when elders point out constellations and name the safe lanes.
We never sing the exact place near a pagoda during harvest. I will not tell that to a stranger. But I can sing a pattern, low, high, low, low. A young pilot hears that and knows keep 2 boat lengths from the tree at low tide.
There's an ethic here. Oral maps are shared widely within communities, but some details, especially those tied to sacred groves or family land, are guarded. Respecting those boundaries is part of learning how to be a careful traveler or researcher.
Let's pause for a soundscape. Close your eyes. Oars, market calls, frogs at the riverbank. A short refrain of a mapping song layered very low under the field recording. This is not music for entertainment. It's a carrier of directions and memory.
When you let the sound sit, you can hear how place and voice become one. The refrain repeats the same markers, shallow, deep, tree, rock, so the ear learns the landscape as a pattern.
Back on shore, I spoke with an ethnobotanist who has worked with villages across the floodplains. She described how place names encode plant knowledge, where a medicinal vine grows, where a wild yam appears after floods, and how those names guide foraging and farming.
When my grandmother said, go by the 3 palms and the white rock, she didn't mean a pinned coordinate. She meant, if the water is this high, plant the early rice there. If the water stays, move the seedbed 2 rows inland. These directions are adaptive instructions that help people respond to shifting rivers and seasons.
The elder voices I recorded teach us another lesson. Oral maps preserve social memory, where a grove was spared from clearing because of a vow, or where a family hid during a flood. That social layer tells people not only how to move, but whom to trust and when to act together.
I want to tell a multi-generational story that stitches these threads together. In one riverside village, a family remembered a low ridge, Aunt Shrey's Ridge, in song. During a year of early floods, that ridge held drier soil. Grandmother's verse led 3 families to relocate their seedbeds a single night before water rose. The crop survived. That movement was small, human scale, and entirely guided by memory passed down as a song.
We don't have a map on paper for that. We have a story. The ridge laughs when the river drinks too much. You sing the laugh, you know the ridge. The farm is safe when the laugh sounds right.
Stories like that show how oral cartographies are resilience tools, not nostalgia. They encode flood timing, soil quality, medicinal plants, and safe routes. But they also require living memory. As young people move to cities and seasons shift faster, these songs can be at risk.
So what can listeners and travelers do, respectfully? 2 concise, vetted tips. First, if you want directions or place names, ask to meet a local guide through a community liaison or cooperative. Never pressure elders to reveal sacred or guarded information. Second, support projects that record oral maps with community consent and return recordings and transcripts to the village for local use.
A couple of useful, respectful phrases to open a conversation. Please check our show notes for audio pronunciation clips. A warm greeting. Chumriab Sor, hello. And a simple thank you. Alkun, thank you. Begin with greeting and consent. Ask, may I listen to your story? Or, can you teach me a safe route? And be prepared to listen without recording unless you have explicit permission.
If you come with a bowl of rice and a polite heart, we will tell you what we can. If you come with a camera and no asking, you will go away with nothing. This is not bitterness. It's a boundary that keeps memory alive.
As we close, oral maps are practical, beautiful, and fragile. They show us how communities read changing landscapes and keep one another safe. If you love these stories, support local-led preservation efforts, use respectful guides, and always return recordings and copies to the people who shared them.
Find full transcripts, translation notes, and source references in the show notes. If you're producing field recordings, follow best practices. Get signed consent, record room tone and ambient sound, and credit speakers and communities in your work.
Thank you to Chandara and the families who shared songs and memories with us. Thank you to our listeners for holding these voices with care. Subscribe to Ancient Echoes to keep these stories alive. Quiet stones, loud stories. I'm Samnang Bradley. Walk the temples with me.
And I'm Sylvan Lita. Listen to the show notes for pronunciation clips and resources, and please share this episode with someone who loves rivers and stories. Until next time, listen, learn, belong.
Oh, shining diamond, flawless and red, you stand so quiet, soft in the air. I dared not to rush you, feared you'd flee. Your heart too pure to belong to me. If you turn away, I reach and bind, press my hand, still body and mind. your brows I trace, your breath I steal. This mark I place is dark and real. From this moment break and fall. Hear the spell, obey the call. False love born from sacred lies. Second one whispers through closed eyes. Follow me, don't fight, don't run. Your soul is caught, my work is done. Empty will, your light undone. Under spell, under Sigmund. Crystal beauty, diamond bright, caught between shadow, charm and night. Time won't save you, truth won't last. This vow is carved, the line is cast. My words are smoke, my touch is fire. I bend your heart to dark desire.